I guess if you're new, so a lot of my long-term, there's a couple OG people, right? But there's a couple OG people on this channel that have been following me from the very, very start. You could just scroll down on my page and you can see when I started this. And I used to have pretty much everything all in tanks. Everything was set up, everything was cool looking, like this stuff. Just like this one, like I had everything dialed in, super cool looking, substrate, branches, leaves, bushes, all the fun shit, right? But that's when we first got into it, and I was also just bringing in a lot of random snakes. I didn't really know any better, so you're just getting, you see all these wild caught snakes online, let me order it and just keep it, and you set this thing up, and then after a while I ended up getting mites, and we had to pretty much cleaned everything the day we spotted it. We cleaned everything, and yeah, we got rid of the mites. We haven't had them since, but that's when we moved everything to paper. So we've just stuck in this paper routine. And I remember when we first moved to paper, everything was like so sad looking. We were just like, what the hell? This sucks, this isn't fun. And then before you know it, the paper became easier and cleaner, and the routine was just there. But now, since we got everything dialed in, as in we're a little more knowledgeable, we're not bringing in random shit anymore. We learned about quarantining snakes. We learned how to treat mites. I think all that stuff definitely happened better for a reason at that time with all those snakes, because I learned with those snakes, and then now, if you notice, all my stuff is like nice dry mark on captive bred stuff. Learned a lot through that process. So you can start somewhere and keep making progress. It's not like you just have everything and that's it, right? We're still making progress, but right now we're slowly pretty much getting everything back into these cool little setups. And then we'll have some stuff that's just plain and simple, and maybe it's boring, but it's easier for us and for a purpose. And does the boa need a tree to climb on? Fuck no, it doesn't. I already closed this video out, right? Get out of here. Okay. So, I just got a few little mice here, little small ones, and we're gonna feed just a few of the snakes. It's late, it's kind of just like a second feeding day when you can get to it. But the Rodent Pro order came in, so I'm catching everybody back up and fattening everybody up now. So we're just gonna feed some small snakes, and we could start with this cute little speckled rattlesnake. Now that we got a hopper, okay? You see the little white speckled rattlesnake right up on the tree? Eat me. Well, that's cool. So she just bit and hung on to it. And yeah, did I even name her? I don't even remember if I named her. No? Alright, well I gotta name her. Maybe I'll have to look back on my Instagram post, because I'll probably posted something naming her. And but that's cool. She bit it like a true viper, hanging from a tree. You can even see her fangs right there biting into it. Damn, I need to get my phone real quick. I kinda wanna. Okay, well. So she just dropped it, but we're gonna let her eat it. This is her new cage, and I love it. She obviously loves it. She gets to climb around, and it's not, I guess, confirmed that she's a girl, but that's what I bought it as. So we're gonna roll with that. This cage too, if you notice, is set up. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it like this. I think I'm gonna move this big old piece of wood into one of the other cases behind you, one of the other cages behind you. And if you notice, I put the dragon in here, right? So I moved his light. Open this up. Moved his light in there. So he's right above the tegu, which is pretty cool. Actually, I'm gonna shut that back off. So put him in there. And then the top one is empty right now, but the boa, I have a big old boa that I just moved into here, and I just fed her. So I figured instead of moving her back into the new cage, I can just leave her in this one, which was already empty, so she can use the bathroom, and then I can put her back in that cage. That way I don't have to clean it after I just set it up for her. So I'll just clean her. Fuck, maybe I could just put her back in right now since she's somewhat used the bathroom. I was gonna leave her in this cage since it's the boa in the boa cage. Maybe I should leave her in this boa cage. She does look kind of cool in it, and then since that one's taller, maybe I could do something else. But I was gonna put her in that because of the heat. Because the tegu is heating, that's the warmest part. So I had Charles Manson up here before, and now you can see Charles Manson, the black-tailed Crebo, is in this cage. So it was getting too warm in that side of the closet because of the tegu, which makes sense. So I moved him back over here under the floor, and everything is off heat right now. So I don't have anything on heat. There's no lights on, there's no lamp, like no heat cords, no heat tape, nothing's plugged in. The only thing actually that runs is the tegu cage, which is the UV. It's a 100-watt UV bulb. Did I throw the box away? It's like one of the nice bulbs. It comes in the black box, so I got the nice bulb for him. It's like the UV and the heat all in one, right? His basket light. Or maybe it's like 125 watt. One of those. And then that's warming up the whole dragon cage. And then his UV light runs on, so his cage is fine. And then this top cage is not on heat, but all that heat rises, so that it just keeps this one warm. So that's why I was going to put the boa back inside that cage. Man, this is like a whole conversation to you guys, when I was just gonna move the boa, and I could just be feeding some other snakes right now. So we're gonna pause on this, right? We'll leave the boa. I took his water out, but that's alright since he already pooped in there. We'll leave the boa in the boa cage. Now I gotta find my mice. We're gonna sprinkle some seasoning, some cinnamon and sugar onto these mice, just because. Give them a little more pizzazz, a little more spice to them, right? And then you gotta saute them up. And we're gonna feed. Okay, so this cage, I put the tiger rat snake in. So we're gonna leave the tiger rat snake one of those right there. A little surprise. Where'd I put the lock? And she is actually hiding up on this lip right here. So she's behind this, and when she comes down, I'll show you how she's coming down. But she actually got all the branches in there, a little bush. She got a little bush. It's pretty sweet. All right, little guar. I don't think my Mexican bearded lizard will eat off the tongs for me, because she never does. But I usually just leave them in this little food bowl for her. But let's just see if she'll eat one. Sick. Well, that's the first time I've fed her off tongs. That's hella cool. She's definitely growing. She eats every time I put food in there. And she'll eat whatever I put in there. I put chicken hearts in there, I've put raw pieces of chicken, I've put mice, pinkies. I've left some fish in there before and she didn't eat it. But yeah, that was simple. So I used to have her in one of these vision cages, but I just took her out because it's easier to keep transferring her bins to keep it clean, because the vision cage you have to pretty much reach in there, or you can like grab her with tongs or something, but I don't really, it's more difficult reaching in there for me. So the Ziploc bin, you can just move it, work with her around, and then just set up a new bin, transfer it into it. And then when she gets bigger, you could even keep her in one of these racks. You don't need UV light or anything like that. She's just like having a snake. So I definitely want to get another one. Probably like a black one, an all black one or something, super dark one. That was cool. Alright, so this one, this is my female Texas Indigo. We'll just give her a little pinky. We'll feed her a couple. Man, I love these snakes. Oh yeah, and then I got a comment, it was a little while back, because I haven't named them. So I bought a pair, an unrelated pair. I also saw another comment. It was when I unboxed them, they're baby snakes. And he said, dude, you can't breed the baby snakes together. I understand that. You buy them and then you raise them up and then you breed the adults together. Come on. Come on. More. So if you guys can see, you see that lump? It's not even a lump, it's like an indent in her body. Right here. So when I bought her, before I bought her, they had let me know that this baby was born with they're not really sure. So I got her for a good price, snatched her up because I wanted her, and I've been feeding her. I always give her small meals. I've never given her anything like the size of her body. It's usually like something, if it's the same size, usually try and go smaller instead of bigger. That way it's easy for her to get down, because I don't want her to regurge or pass something through if it is an indent in her body. Since you're in shed, but you'll still eat. Alright, so this is the tegu's cage, and I had this big old chunk of wood. Got a little burnt right there, but I put it in the oven. And then I had it in that tank up there, right? But I'm gonna go get a different branch, because I think I want to put the Blue Beauty in that tank and set up something cool for the Blue Beauty. So I want to do like a long tree branch in there, something cool to climb on. So this one, since it has this flat spot, it's kind of higher, it can just go right up under this heat spot. I don't want to squish the tegu. Hopefully you're not back here. Alright, you're not back there. Perfect. There you go. Get the right angle for it. Alright, I think that'll work. Kind of cool. I actually like it. Hell yeah. Pretty sweet, huh? Okay, so now I can use this cool one. Oh, and I can actually put this up in the other vision cage for the tiger rat snake. I can drill it up in there, and then have both of those cages set up with the cool logs drilled in. Shit. If I don't break it before. Okay. Like a little food spot. That's sweet. I like it. The Blue Beauty in this one. Might be kind of hard to see. So, I even took the lights out. So I can't even turn the light on right now because I just unhooked everything, put it all away until it cools down. So yeah, so that little wood thing is drilled up in there in the corner. So now I can take this one and I can drill it up in this one for the tiger rat snake. Oh, not food. Okay. Crazy ass little snake. Alright. Sweating. Hot, huh? Blue Beauty. We'll set that up tomorrow. Because I'm going to go get a different branch. That hopefully is... So how do you get one if it doesn't fit in the oven? How do you cook it the same way? Like how do you kill all the outside? Because you don't just take it from outside and then bring it back in. Like we usually put them in the oven, put it in a pot and churn it like butter. Yeah. Yeah, I almost want to leave the boa in the boa file cage. It looks sweet in there. And it's been on the substrate, but I don't keep any logs or anything on it. I don't feel like it would even fucking climb on the log. I mean, every time you see it, and I'm in here. What time is it right now? Like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning? Right? Because I work midnight now, so everything's backwards. So I'm in here when everything's really active. And even then, the boa isn't slithering around. It's usually just stretched out with like half of its body. Or it's never... I think every once in a while when we first got it, yeah, but he just chills, or she just chills. So keeping her on paper isn't really that big of a deal. With the substrate, she just kind of pushed around everywhere. Whatever. We'll leave her in the boa file for now, and then maybe I'll just clean, since it's only on half the side, I'll just clean half the thing. But we'll get to that later. I don't want to clean that right now. I think everything else is pretty much good. I mean, the white speckled rattlesnake just ate its meal. I'm going to put this little straw back in here just so I know it's locked, right? We're going to do that tomorrow. So I'll set the tiger rat snake up and the Blue Beauty up tomorrow. And we're going to do this tomorrow because I have the little mouse in there. And, oh look it. See? She's coming down right there. Watch. So she smells the mouse. There she is. Told you. So it'll take her a minute. I watched her do this last time I fed him. It was a few days ago. Any movement outside the cage, she's hella shy. So I used to keep her in this rack. And she doesn't eat in front of me, nothing. So now I'm gonna put her in this little cage and do a sweet little setup for her. But she's gotta get used to seeing the whole movement thing. So that'll take a little minute, but she still eats, which is great. I've just been leaving them there. Super cool. What else we got for him? Charles Manson's down there. Oh, my Rodent Pro order came in. So I was gonna do a video of unboxing the Rodent Pro order, but I was the only one awake at the time in the house. So I figured I would just unbox everything, and I also wanted to feed some stuff. So I was just motivated and excited to feed everything. Some little frozen thawed mice, which was fun. I got whole lots of bags of shit, some chicken, some mice, some big mice, small mice, some rats, some big rats for the boa, so I have rats on hand. All kinds of stuff. We gotta go to the store tomorrow. We gotta set some cages up tomorrow. And I'm just gonna put a hold on the cages just because I want this one to eat. And then I also gotta go find the log that I want, the branch that I want. So I got my saw ready. We're gonna go cut a tree down and use that. I don't think we got anything else for them, right? I think that's good enough. Yeah. So I think we're good. I'm sweating. It's hot in here. I mean, we got everything fed. I got to show you guys kind of somewhat of a cool update. I'm pretty excited about everything. I'm getting some more not realistic, but I'm getting some more cages with substrate in them and setting more stuff up and putting some hide boxes in there. But more branches, and I don't know, this shit's fun. I think it's cool to have a good mix of paper, substrate, and then we also gotta figure out what we're gonna do with all those. Damn, there's so much to talk about because like I sold the snakes. We got lots of videos coming, right? Are you saying that like I need to end it or no? Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just making sure. Tons of stuff, right? Yeah, we're gonna redo these. So I think I'm gonna move like the false water covers into these, right? I could just ramble on forever. I'm gonna just keep cutting this back and forth. You would think I'm like editing this, that it's just like random stuff. This is all one. Lots of stuff going on. Some snakes being shipped out, some snakes being shipped in. The COVID pandemic thing. You gotta go pick up all these snakes at the FedEx hub or wherever you're getting them shipped to. Look at the tiger rat snake now. Making its way down. Look at that. Who's outside my door? Hell yeah. See? You would think it needs a hide box, but it's pretty much up in a tree when it's up along the lip. I could ramble on forever, so I mean, I guess just stay updated because we got tons of videos coming because there's lots of shit going on again. And we're getting back on track. Everything's getting more dialed in. Yada 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 yada. I'm Shmoe. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you made it this far in the video. Do I usually say anything else? Get out of here now. Did I tell you guys to follow me on Instagram? I don't remember. Just close the video out.